welcome to Fight Underground, Honorable Fight Council members, council member meeting. I am your host, Boomer Payne, the Click Killer, filling in for Paul Atlas. I know I'm not going to be able to do as good a job as Paul, but we're going to try. I am joined tonight by the esteemed council members, RPW. RPW, what's up, baby?
What's going on, Boomer? Glad to be here. Looking forward to another meeting.
We also have Big Bubba Brewer. What's up, Bubba?
Hey, Boomer. Thanks for having me. I just love to be here on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, so I'm ready to talk.
And then the newest addition, the madman himself, Cato. What's up, brother?
How you doing tonight? I'm feeling great, man. And as always, I'm feeling real controversial. So let's have some fun.
Oh, Jesus.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And we're going to save the best for last. The Honorable Stacy Hunter. Stacy, what's up?
Hi, Boomer. How are you tonight?
Oh, now you want to talk to me. You didn't want to talk in pre-show. That's all right.
Oh, I always want to talk to you, Boomer.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm ribbing. I don't rib anymore. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. I mean, we don't have Paul here, and he usually holds these things together pretty well. So one of the questions that I had for some of you, and I'm going to start with you, Bubba.
Okay.
How do people really differentiate by social media between their on-stage persona and in their personal life?
Well, some people would say that I never what you see is what you get with me, but I try to when I did work, I promoted it more on Facebook than I did my own personal life. It was all about wrestling 24/7 on my Facebook page or any type of social media that I had, Boomer. So I was promoting myself everywhere I went to. And even when people, back in the day, we didn't have this stuff. So right. I had to, my mouth was the biggest thing from talking to people out on the street. I didn't have the luxury of the Twitter accounts and to have followers and social media, the Facebook. I didn't have that. I think all of us had to mostly talk to the people and try to get them to the shows. So it's leap and bounds now. I mean, this social media stuff, if you know how to use it, you can use it to your advantage, Boomer. So.
All right, Cato, I mean, you're actively running shows, promoting shows. What kind of advice would you give to these up-and-comers about social media, your private life, your on-stage persona, keeping them separate? What say you?
The last time we had a seminar in Altoona, we had snow in, and for whatever reason, Al was running a little bit late, and so I had all those guys there. And it's funny that this is our topic tonight to start off with, because that's the exact same topic that we started with, that I pulled the guys aside and talked to them about. And first off, if your character is so far away from who you are as a person in real life, it's never going to work. For me being Cato, yes, I'm Ken Downs, but the difference between Ken Downs and Cato is not far apart. I always give my version of the truth, not whether I'm the character or with me in real life. So I try to stay within what I am. And that's the same advice I would say. Now, look, we all go through things that pull us down, drag us down. But if you want people to pay to see you, if you want people to feel like you are a star, and that's what sells in wrestling, stars. All these moves are fun and blah, 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 but people pay to see stars. Why do you think the business was as big as what it was when Stone Cold was on top, when The Rock was on top? Those guys felt like stars. So we have to do that, obviously on a much smaller scale. We have to do that same thing. So don't be online whining about, I don't have gas money to do this, or don't be online whining about this. And to be honest, this is going to be terrible. People aren't going to want to hear it, but don't be online talking about politics. God, man, people so sick of politics. They don't want to hear about it from their wrestlers. Talk about things that reflect well on you. Look, I get it. If you're a Trump guy, you're a Biden guy, that's your personal business, and I have none on that. But I'm telling you, from my personal experience, that type of stuff is so divisive. It does not lend itself to making you a star in a draw. That's my opinion. Keep it clean, make it positive, make it wrestling related. And if you can't separate it, then have two social media accounts. Have one for your character and one for your family and friends, and don't allow them to cross over.
Yeah, Stacy, we didn't have the social media woes back in the day.
No, we had LiveJournal.
Oh God, now you're really dating us, huh?
Yeah, we are old.
Yeah. But do you think that you can professionally separate your on stage persona and your personal life? Can you say? I mean, is that possible?
I think it all depends on the person. Personally, I prefer to keep them a little bit separate. I'd rather have Stacy Hunter have her own page and have the wrestling people and the fans on that page, and keep my personal page for work friends or my very, very close friends in wrestling. But I can still promote the wrestling on my personal page because everybody knows that I've been doing it for so long. But I think it can be done. It just all depends on the person, how close your gimmicks are. And like Ken said, if you can't do that, then you need to do two separate pages. I just personally prefer to have it that way.
So you think it's a personal preference?
Yeah. Well, a personal preference and more like the person's attitude and their gimmick and things like that. So I think it would be going individually.
Well, now on to the youngest member and probably the most tech savvy of this group, RPW.
I don't disagree with anybody here. Me personally, I do have two Facebook accounts. One Facebook that I have friends and family on. I do share my journey in the sport of professional wrestling, but I also have my worker page that I will add fans, I will add wrestlers, I will add promoters, but I try not to add fans to my personal account because I don't want them to know too much about me. For most of my wrestling career, I have been a bad guy. Everybody's hated me. Why would I want to give up my character and allow people to see me as a human? Because I think my character is polar opposites of who I am as a person. I'm a nice guy, I'm pretty well-mannered, I'm calm, but in the ring, I'm a complete asshole. So why would I want to give the benefit to the fans to see me in my true form and then see me, I think that would kill my credibility as a bad guy or a heel.
Well, I'm go ahead, Sace.
Another thing, and with Potter saying about adding fans to their Facebook page, Potter, you and I both have young kids, and not all of these fans are all there mentally, and we have to think about protecting our children too. So that's another thing you have to take into account.
Very true, because I've had my child at shows before, and why subject them to ridicule, harassment, or even a personal attack? Because I mean, Stacy, you were there. You were there the night that I caused a riot in a building,
Yep.
And you were also there the night that I was chased out of the building and threatened to get my tires slashed. So, I mean,
and I think you were there the night that I had fans waiting outside the building for me.
Yep, absolutely.
So I mean, we've both been there. And yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to take my kids into that atmosphere. You know what I mean? They've been at shows, but I don't want the fans going anywhere near them.
I understand that, but for me, it's different now since I'm not in it. Like I got I do 2 podcasts on my own, so I got to get every fan and I got to get everybody out there every day. I feel like for me personally, I have to promote every day for my shows to get out there with my experience show and my Triple B Double D Heavyweight podcast show. I have to bust ass every day. every day I got to talk to people and get the word out because I'm trying something different. So now social media, I have to accept it. I have to take it and run with it. And I have to promote with everybody I can on my main page. It doesn't matter for me because they're going to experience something and I have to do that now. So the wrestling part of me and the podcast part of me, everybody's getting the whole, that's why it is the Triple B experience. They're getting that with my one page, but I have 2 other pages that I have to work on. So to keep track of social media, it's very hard nowadays. So these guys that are working have to do it every day.
You mentioned about having fans waiting for you after the show. I mean, I can tell you, same things happened to me quite a few times, but I always made the mistake of having my wife with me, and then she'd put the chase to these women. So, I didn't get the good rats.
Horrible. That's one of the very first things that I told Zeke Mercer is your social media pages. Don't post anything about politics. Don't post anything about religion. Don't post any personal opinions because your opinion really doesn't matter, right? Keep those to yourself because in this day and age, and we're finding out that anything you say on social media will come back and haunt you at some point in your life.
I had a discussion with my long-term manager, BC Steele, about social media and how some certain guys within professional wrestling use it for the wrong reasons. And like we use the example of a character that he's a heartthrob. He gets all the women, but he's posting all over Facebook that I hate my life. I can't find a girl. Like that completely.
It's terrible.
That negates the entire character. So how, as a paying customer, do you get behind that particular person?
Name a name. Who is that?
I'm not going to name a name.
Come on, do it.
No, there's other characters that fall in that same criteria. And I've had personal conversations with certain people because their character doesn't match up to their social media.
Nobody wants to see negativity. If they have low self-esteem and they're not confident in this business, get out of the business if they're posting that on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know this is going to be hard for you people, you guys to really understand, and gals. I'm not excluding you, Stace, but you're one of the guys.
I know.
Just one of the boys. My on stage persona is toned down from my personal. I am at a threat level midnight in my personal life, and I have to tone that down, and I have to run things through a filter before it comes out because I will say anything at any time. So I got to actually think about what I'm saying before I say it, which I guess that's kind of opposite for me. Is that I have to tone down my character when I'm in front of people.
I don't know if me. I think I've just been a character all my life. I've been Bubba since I've been a little kid. I haven't changed.
You've never been little, Bubba.
Well, yes, I have. I was in 3rd grade, and in 4th grade, I met loaves of bread, and that's what made me. I mean, I've known Ken for over 20 some years, and I've been the same. I get a little bit, it's intensity, I think, and a little bit of passion. So I'm the same. In work, I'm the same as I'm out. I just don't believe, I just don't believe in a lot of negativity. And what you see is what you get with me. Sometimes, and Ken always said this, Bubba, you're too nice. He did say that one time. I remember that.
More than once, many times.
Yeah. So now I'm old and grumpy.
But you don't take it out on social media.
No, but I have done stuff. I'm not gonna. I have done some stuff, and I regretted it and I retracted it. But I'm not I work for I work for the Commonwealth, so I have to watch what I do because I signed a governor's code. So I can't be.
Wait.
What?
You're saying no negativity. I have seen you lose your mind after a Steelers game.
I don't like to lose it. That's totally different. That is totally different. That's totally different.
A lot of negativity there.
Well, that's
you wanted
upset.
to run Tomlin out of town so many times.
I'm not a Tomlin fan. but that's not negativity. That's when we were supposed to win and we didn't. So
I
I'm
see.
upset.
All right.
I'm upset, Ken.
I got
I
you.
hate losing. Yeah. Not
It's passion is what it is.
Oh,
It's passion.
Hey.
All right, so I'm going to start off with Cato here, since you're the newest addition, and fantasy draft. You're here. You're going to pick.
Oh, did we lose him?
Division.
Oh, there he is.
Hold on.
All right. We lost you for a second.
I'm here. I'm here. Champion in each division.
A champion division.
A champion in each division is what I'm saying.
So what are? Okay. Well, I'm not sure I understand the question. What are our divisions first off?
Well, you have the Virago division, the women's division. You have the men's division, and you have the duo division, the tag team.
All right. So, I mean,
If
You
you
know,
were
I'm
crowning
always gonna be-
champions right now,
I'm always going to be high on Beastman. I think that, there's something special about Beastman that, that's a guy that should be probably on some level of TV, whether it be Impact or AEW. I mean, I think he'd fit in at NXT just fine. So I think that's a guy that we got to take a look at. As far as the women go, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm not familiar enough with the women's roster to give you a good answer. I think that the tag team division is lacking. And I'm not just talking about here at Fight Underground. I'm talking about wrestling in general. The level of tag teams in Western PA, it's probably not as good as what it should be. Not as good as what it once was. So my suggestion is at this point, we've got to sign some more. We've got to sign some more tag teams to this area. I know everybody's sort of
So you're
high
not a
on.
fan. You're not a fan of Warhawks.
I've seen some of their matches. They've actually sent me some stuff that maybe you guys haven't seen, and I think that there is something there, but I'm not 100% sold yet. I don't know what it is, man. I'm just not 100% sold. I'm not. This isn't a reflection of them as human beings. I don't know. The attraction isn't there for me yet.
Okay, good answer.
okay. So over to Stace. Go ahead. You get to pick out of the roster your three champions. Who would they be?
For the men's division, I'm going with the Rev. For the women's division, I'm going with Big Bang, Ronnie Nicole. And the tag team, definitely Warhorse.
Warhorse. I think that's going to be the popular tag team. RPW.
You know what? Stacy hit the nail right on the head. I'm backing all of her answers the exact same. I was sitting here thinking about it, and hands down, I mean, Rev is number one in my opinion. He's got everything. He's the total package. So I think him leading the charge, Fight Underground as the heavyweight champion, is not a bad move. For Haas, they're the dominant tag team right now in Fight Underground. And Ronnie Nicole, she's a world traveler. She's got it. I mean, it's hers. It's hers to win and hers to keep.
Why? Not to interrupt, not to get ahead of Bubba, but why not Scarlett?
Experience. Ronnie's got more experience over Scarlett. I need to see a little bit more from Scarlett.
Well, she's big though, man. She walks through that curtain. She's impressive.
I've sparred with her before. I know what she's capable of, but I think a little bit more experience will take her places. Right now, Ronnie's got her on the experience.
I was in a mixed tag with her once. No joke, man. And I was not looking, and she super kicked me in the back of the head, and I thought I was going to be dead. I mean, she kicked me so hard. So she can throw kicks, man. I don't know. I think I've seen both those women, and if you're giving me a preference, I'm probably leaning towards Scarlett.
I can't disagree with that. I mean, both are absolutely capable, but neck and neck right now between the two, I think Ronnie's got her on experience.
Bubba, you're in the hot seat.
Okay, that's okay. I like being on a hot seat. Well, the guy division, everybody knows who I'm taking because I'm not going to sway from that. I've been with him since it's. Are you kidding me? No. Nope. Dad Jarvis. Yeah, get about 50 more followers. That's all that kid does. He contacts me. He's like, hey, he tags me and stuff. Hey, Bubba, I got 50 followers. I'm like, buddy, I don't care unless you got 50 people buying tickets. I don't care how many followers you got. But since we started this, and I've been with, I've been on the Rev. I've been on a Rev train this whole time. I'm not going to get off because he can talk. But I remember what Ken said last week. He has got to shine in certain areas and other, not taking some bookings just because he can. And hopefully he's listening, which I know he does. It's all about substance, not style. So I'm gonna still go with the Rev because he can talk. He won his first match. He backed up everything he said. So the tag team division, I'm not jumping on the Warhorse train. I know they're 2-0. I don't think I think there's a team out there that can give them or upset them. We just don't. I don't see it yet. I'm just going to go at an incomplete. I think there's somebody out there. I just have no clue right now. But the hell is that? The hell is that? Well, anyway, I'm trying to talk here. I'm going to go incomplete tag team and the ladies. Scarlett, Ronnie Nicole was a phenomenal match, but there was no decisive winner.
Hold on, Bubba, hold on.
What? What the?
Screen just went blank.
Well, when I'm talking?
Yeah.
Well, that's bullshit. What the heck?
It's like all staticky.
What?
What's going on?
What the hell's that? Especially when I'm talking. I could see if it was somebody else. Like Justin or somebody, if he was around. Is it good now? Are we good?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Justin's ghost. Justin's haunting us because he's not on the show tonight.
That's 2 weeks in a row. That's amazing. But get back to what I was talking about. Since there was no clear-cut winner in the ladies division, I'm also I'm not putting a title on anybody because nobody's won yet. Now that rematch, when it comes down, then I will give my answer. So you got to win. I don't care if you're a world traveler. I mean, Ronnie Nicole can cut a great promo, but that don't mean diddly to me. So I'm 1 out of 3.
No one's taking. No one's taking Brohemoth. No one's taking Brohemoth.
No, I'm not a Brohemoth fan. Sorry.
I know he packs a powerful punch. I've been dazed a few times, and the last match that I had with Brohemoth, he knocked me silly. And I mean, I'll give him all the credit in the world, but again, I'm gonna still stand by my thought. The Rev is the total package right now.
I've referred to the Rev as prime time because he brings everything to the table. He really does.
Everybody likes him but Kato.
I think one person that, although we haven't seen her yet, I'm ready to crown Casey Carlisle. She has the experience. She's absolutely top notch when it comes to in-ring performance. And as much as I like Ronnie Nicole, as much as I like Scarlett, I don't think that they're going to be able to handle someone as experienced as Casey Carlisle.
And a former world champion to boot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I've been in the ring with Casey. I know what she brings to the table, and she's going to give Ronnie and Scarlett definitely a run for their
I mean, if I was making the decision, I'm telling you, Casey Carlisle is my number one pick. As far as the tag teams, I have to give it to Warhorse. They're 2-0. I'm kind of with Bubba though. There's somebody out there that's going to be able to knock them off. We just don't know who it is yet.
I'd like to see them work some more seasoned tag teams, some more travel tag teams.
And then we'll see how good they are.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, the problem with today, I mean, as a promoter, are you going to pay two guys to come in as a tag team when you can just pay two guys to have one match? That's why tag team wrestling has not been as dominant here as of late. I mean, would you not agree, Stace?
Yeah, that around here definitely probably the answer, because a lot of places don't want to pay, the extra person.
Well, let's ask Ken, because I'm not running anymore. So I know
You never did run, Bubba.
Oh, I never did. No, I never did. But I mean, for right now, Cato's doing it. So what would you do, Ken?
Well, I think if you're not including good tag team matches on a wrestling show, then you're shortchanging the fans, because it is a unique act. It is a special act, and when done correctly, let's think back to the old days of the NWA with the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express. Think about how brilliant those matches were, and how if I'll put myself over again this Saturday, we're talking about Rock and Roll Express. We got Ricky Morton coming in for a seminar this Saturday morning.
You better be sold out.
It is sold out. It is
Good.
sold out right now. Yeah. But I will say, like I think that instead of maybe, if guys are saying, wow, geez, as a promoter, I don't want to pay 4 guys whenever I can have that time filled with 2 guys and have to pay 4 more guys. You know what we can do is, instead of booking 11 matches on a show, let's book 6 or 7, but make sure everybody's good at what they're doing and give people adequate time to tell their story. This 10, 11, 12 match show is bullshit, man. I don't have I love movies, and you better have a hell of a movie if you're going to have me set for 3.5 hours. Why the hell do these shows have to go 3.5 hours? That is stupid and ridiculous. So to me, a good wrestling show is a lot like a very good circus, and you need to have different acts. You should have the cruiserweights. You should have the tag team. You should have the heavyweights. You should have the women. You should have all these different acts. That way you're not seeing a lot of repetition. But for me, we feature tag team wrestling in Altoona. We think it's important. We think it's important to wrestling. We think that, and there are good teams out there. And I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say on this, but I've already said so much. What the hell is the difference? The main event is just up the road. Those guys are fantastic. I mean, fantastic. You don't think a match between Warhorse and the main event is going to draw a crowd and draw money, then you are wrong. You are wrong. There's a young up-and-coming team of Zach, can't remember his work name now. But there's other good teams out there.
So what you're saying is
those guys are going to be amazing someday. There are tag teams out there. But the main point is, we should have tag teams in wrestling. And the way to make that work is, we don't need 11 matches. We can do 7 and still have time and still not pay 1 million guys. Pick out the best and the brightest and put them on your show. And that's what Fight Underground should be bringing to the table. That's what all independents should be bringing to the table.
You gotta be good.
I think tag team wrestling is a lost art anymore.
I don't think so. On the main stage it is. All elite wrestling.
There's not a whole lot of guys that understand how to tell a story in a tag team match. That's my big downfall with tag team wrestling. I love it. I've been a tag team wrestler pretty much my entire in-ring wrestling career. And I love tag team wrestling, but I think there's a lost art behind how to structure a tag team match.
because they're not learning. These young
Right.
guys are not learning. But also, too, 7 matches are good because you can't be everybody's buddy. What? Every time I talk, what? Is there, what is going? Why is it always every time I talk something happens? Is it good now?
Maybe it's a sign.
I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna take a deep breath.
Hit it with a hammer, Bubba.
Somebody doesn't want you to talk tonight, Bubba.
We good? Let's keep going, man. What are we stopping for?
Bubba's throwing a little hissy fit over there.
I think we lost Bubba.
Bubba froze.
Uh-oh.
You there?
Bubba. Oh.
Bubba's high again. Bubba got high before the show. That's what happened.
I mean, I don't know what the difficulties are tonight. I really don't. Maybe it's because I'm filling in for Paul. Who knows?
Oh, there's Bubba again. Hey,
There
Bubba.
he goes.
Turn your microphone on, buddy.
This is bullshit. I get bumped
Ah,
off
there
now.
he is.
I get bumped off now. I'm sitting here trying to talk about tag team wrestling. I get bumped off. Really, I got bumped off. I didn't touch a damn thing. Seriously. This is, look, it says I left again.
No, you're there, Bubba. We see you.
Am I?
I can see you.
Man.
Yeah, you're here.
Okay.
Calm down, man. Take
Kicked off.
it
I didn't touch anything. I don't know what happened.
You got
I swear
high
to
before
God.
the show.
I did not get high. I like to get drunk a little bit. But I don't
Maybe
do
he
that on
should
this
get
podcast.
high and he'll calm down.
No, I'm okay. I didn't touch anything. I swear to God. I'm talking tag
That's
team
what she
wrestling,
said.
and it bumped me off I'm telling you, on my phone. It was terrible. I don't know.
Okay.
And then I hear dinging in my ear. I got nothing. All I know is I like tag team wrestling too. I like tag team wrestling so much it knocked me off. I don't know.
Maybe our producer's high. I don't know. Because it's like keeps messing up.
Every time I talk.
I'm with you though, Bubba. Let's get back on topic, man. The tag team wrestling can still be done well on this level. People have to dedicate themselves to it. You have to understand and love, and it's difficult sometimes because you got to put your ego aside. Rarely do you find guys or women that when they break into the business dream of that tag team gold. But man, when it's done right, there are a few things. If you've not seen the Rob Black on AEW, you should. Those guys really understand how to do it. Go back and watch old school 80s tag team wrestling. It can be done well, and it should be done well. But today in 2020, it's been a while since I've seen it featured correctly.
About 10 years ago, I was fortunate enough to referee a match between the Midnights and the Rock and Roll. And I learned more in that match on how to storytell than I have in any match I've ever refereed in my entire life. Hands down, one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen locally.
And that was in Meadville for IWC at Night of Legends.
It was, yes.
Yeah, I was.
Did we lose Kato
I was
now?
on that. But it was a
Oh,
weird
there we go.
education.
Am I still here?
Yeah, you're here.
Bubba.
Bubba. Calm down.
I am calm. I'm just asking. That's all, people, because I can't see nothing. So
Hey,
I see me. I see me. That's all. I know I'm a good-looking son of a bitch, but I'm trying to get engaged in the conversation because I love tag team wrestling too, and I think Western Pennsylvania it could be so vital with tag team wrestling. So we just got to get some good tag teams. If
Yeah,
you guys
but-
can hear me.
These kids nowadays, and Kato, I want to ask you, they don't even carry their own music anymore.
They are not carrying their own music?
No.
No, I mean that is a little odd. I'm an obsessive compulsive about everything being right on the show, so I don't even give them the opportunity to not bring their music anymore. I message them ahead of time and say, please send me your music now, a week ahead of time, so that I have it, because I ran into that too many times that I'm just not interested in dealing anymore. make sure they all send it to me in advance so that I have it. But there's so much it goes on now.
What? I can't hear you, Cato.
Oh, am I out now?
I guess I'm getting really, really frustrated for real. I am.
We can see that.
I know. I've been doing this for, I don't know. I've been doing this since the first show, and I can't get.
You're like Justin level frustrated right now.
Oh.
Bubba,
All you need is the yellow wall.
Anybody else hear me, or is it just Bubba?
I can't hear you. Sometimes you're fading, Cato, and then I hear a dinging in my ear, and then I get taken off, and I want to talk wrestling, and somebody is doing something that it's pissing me off. This is ridiculous, or something. This technology is not working right. I don't know. I can't get my point across. I can't hear you, Cato, because believe me, I like to hear you so I can, get in a discussion.
Boomer, there's one thing I want to touch upon. You were talking about music. On the flip side to it, what about promo pictures? Guys not updating their promo pictures. They get new gear. They don't want to showcase it. Like that drives me nuts from like a graphic design standpoint, because I do design posters and things for different promotions. And I always want the best quality, the high quality, but you see nothing but like these little pixelated versions of old pictures. Did you ever come across anything like that?
What, guys in gear? Are you kidding me? Different gear? What are you talking about? That's craziness. Guys wear the same stuff. They don't. Here, this is my biggest pet peeve with professional wrestling. If you were going to call yourself a professional wrestler, you should own a pair of professional wrestling
boots.
Good
Agreed.
God, I can't believe that these kids are out there in tennis shoes. Are you kidding me? How in the world are you going to disgrace this business by wearing tennis shoes in the ring?
Because they see it on TV. They see it on TV, so they think they can do it. If you guys heard me on that.
I think it's different. I think, you can't compare to what's on television to what we do. We have to bring a different product than what is on television, because obviously fans of today are disenfranchised with what's on television. Look at the ratings. Look at how far down across the board everything is. So obviously we have to do something different. We have to do something better. And that includes guys need to have boots. Guys need to have good gear. Guys need to have look like they go to the gym. At least, I'm not saying I don't need steroid guys. That era was past. But I need guys walking, and I need women walking to the ring that look like if shit went sideways, I'm not fighting that guy. I'm not fighting that guy.
Believable. You want somebody believable.
Exactly. And buy them as a wrestler. And part of that package is decent gear and boots and taking it seriously. Like this wink, nod that everybody's in the crowd is in on it. People want to suspend disbelief. We have to help them do that.
That goes back to the original topic of wrestlers and their social media account, because again, they're winking at their fan that was sitting in the front row who's going to like their post later when they talk about their win.
Yeah,
it's a popularity contest now.
Mm-hmm.
How many followers on how many followers you can get because you're an independent professional wrestler and you get 25 followers a day, like Tad Jarvis and all those other guys.
Who the hell is this Tad Jarvis? I don't know. Tell me a bit about this guy.
Oh, he's
That's
something.
Bubba's number one.
Go ahead,
pick.
He's
Bubba.
something, Cato.
Yep.
He's
Bubba loves
something.
them.
Oh, I love him. I love him dearly. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
you just
Bubba,
told me you love him. Tell me about this guy. Fill me in.
He's about as big as my pinky, and
Okay.
he has 25 followers, and he thinks he's all that. I don't know how long he's been in the business, but he's going to talk and tag me and stuff. I'm like, I don't care, buddy. How many followers you got? If I was a promoter, I want you to sell tickets. Sell me 50 tickets, brother. That's what I want. Your 50 followers better show up to these shows. Can you see me?
Yeah. I'm still not sure I understand.
Okay. Well,
you don't like Tad Jarvis?
I just these young guys just running there. I wish I was 20 years younger or 5 years younger or whatever.
Christ, Bubba. We all wish we were 20 years younger. We
Well,
wouldn't be
5.
sitting
Give
here.
me 5.
We'd be doing something else.
Like, I don't know. I mean, the kid weighs about $140. I'm 6'3", over 300 pounds, and you're gonna talk schmack like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
How much over 300, Bubba?
Oh, I'm over 300. I still work out though. I
Okay.
still go to the gym, and also too, when I wrestled, I bought gear. I bought, my boots, my lovely red tights you liked, when I did the Bubster gimmick. You love that?
Yeah, that was the best.
Oh,
great.
yeah.
That was the best.
But I did what I had to do, dyed my hair, spent the money, to fit the part. These guys won't buy nothing.
So do you think that a lot of these young guys, when they look into the mirror, they don't see themselves? They see The Rock, or they see Stone Cold, or they see Cena. Do you think that's what's going on here? They don't have any self-awareness.
I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know what they see in themselves. I think that, look, I'm going to say something real unpopular right now. I think they're seeing the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, and they're thinking that's what wrestling is. And it is not, man. 19 super kicks and 45 flips is not wrestling. And look, those guys, I worry about the next generation. Like we're all talking about today's generation of wrestlers. I'm worried about the kids that are growing up on today's wrestling. Wrestling, we complain about wrestling today. It's going to be unrecognizable in 20 years if this is the trend that it continues on.
Probably 5.
You're going to have Marco stunts everywhere, and like it just. I mean, nothing against the guy. He might be the nicest guy in the world, but you know what?
My nephew's bigger than he is.
My dad's the nicest guy in the world, but he should not be in a wrestling ring. You know what I mean? Like, there's just what happened to the days that tough human beings were in the wrestling business.
You can't be tough anymore because then now you're a bully.
Right. I was just going to say that.
Now you're a bully.
You can be tough and not be a bully.
I mean, I knew it was going downhill when we had bullying in the NFL, and now we've got bullying in professional wrestling, and it's just that the businesses we grew up watching, and then we eventually got into that we all know and love. Those days are well gone, and they're never coming back.
It's a new time.
Man, I don't know. I think there's still a line that can be followed. You can teach adults how to be adults. I think that the problem that needed policed out, and I think it is better now. Like the things of discrimination against folks, and just anytime a woman got into the wrestling business, they were always sort of looked at as a slut or whatever. And those are the things that needed to go away. The treatment of gays in wrestling and the way they were portrayed in wrestling, like those parts of things have mostly went away, and that's good. So like we can still impart our wisdom and impart a mental and physical toughness in people that we associate ourselves with without being derogatory toward specific and I've been guilty of it, man. I've been guilty of calling dudes a pussy, but I mean that, you know what I mean? Like it's a bad look. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I think that there's things that can be filtered out, and you can still say, listen, man, you're mentally soft, and if you don't get mentally tougher, you are not going to make it in this wrestling business. Those are conversations that I have with my guys on a regular basis.
And most of them don't.
I've had some conversations about like you go back to like when Stu Hart was training in the dungeon. Would he then be considered a bully because he stretched guys and he broke people's arms?
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
if you ask anybody that came from the dungeon, they would talk about how great of an experience it was. It made them a better wrestler. They learned so much. It made them tough. They were able to withstand.
It's a different time. It's
Right.
a different time. People aren't tough anymore. People are offended about everything. They're not tough. So how can they be tough in a professional wrestling ring trying to become a wrestler when they want to train 1 or 2 times and become the champion of a federation?
Well,
They're not tough.
That's
Well,
on us. We're letting those guys in the business. I can tell you, if you'd have showed up at my dojo tonight, you would have found guys getting stretched and worked hard and pushed physically and pushed mentally because that's what wrestling belongs. That's how it belongs. If you are a promoter and you are putting guys on your show that have been to training 4 times, and I'm not going to name names, even though I should, but I know that there's specifically a guy on this roster that did not go to training long enough to be on live shows. And he knows who he is, and he's watching right now because I saw his name pop up in this feed. But just wanting to be a wrestler is not enough. You've got to put in the work, and we, as this veteran core, have got to police that. You have got to put in the work. This letting guys on just because we need a guy and don't want to pay more than $10. And I'm going to say a bad word. Jim Miller was the worst at it, but you keep putting trash on your shows. You are allowing them an avenue into it, and then it's rocket ship into the ground. And nothing against Jim. I know a lot of people hate him. I'm not in that same boat. I'm just saying he let guys on shows that should not be on shows.
RPW, do you think, honestly, like today, that these kids maybe were a little bit smarter than us vets? Because we did a lot of miles and we did a lot of shows for next to nothing. And these kids are coming out now and saying, no, I'm not going to do that because you're just going to pay me because I just graduated school. Are they that smart?
Or are we just that dumb? I don't know.
They're just entitled.
A lot of them, it is a sense of entitlement. You know, I've seen guys not even on live shows yet already have a full catalog spread of merchandise. You've never been in front of a crowd, but you have T-shirts, you have pictures, you have buttons, you have pins, like you have all these different things, but nobody's ever seen you. Now, when I broke in and I got stretched, I got ran into the ground. I don't know how many times that I was outside throwing up, but I kept coming back for more. There's not enough of that anymore. I think all wrestling schools is you pay your flat fee, show up, and after 1 year, there you go, you're booked. I think a lot needs to change as far as let's restore some integrity into this sport.
Well, that's on us. That's on us. I mean, we have to, as promoters, as bookers, not allow trash on wrestling shows. And if you're a trained worker, and I touched on this a little bit last week, if you're a trained worker, it should be the other way. You shouldn't be going to work for these trash feds. You should have some pride and the business and some integrity about the business and about yourself that says, hey, I'm not going to work there because even though half of these, they're nice guys, and half their guys are all right. That's not good enough. Everybody, at least, look, you may have one guy that's green, and understand the difference between we have a few green guys and we have guys that are not trained. There's a clear difference between the two of those. Understand the promotion you're working for. But all too often, guys are like, well, they pay good over here, or they, they're such nice people. The hell with that. We have to protect the business. And if you aren't willing to protect the business, if you're one of those people that aren't protecting the business, whether you're a promoter, booker, or worker, then you should get the fuck out of it.
I'm a big, firm believer, and I've used this for the last probably 10 years, quality over quantity. That's been my motto. I've used that, again, for like the last 10 years, and I will stand by that till the day I die.
Well, also, guys, what about the workers that don't want to go out from an hour from their house? Okay, I'm good in Indiana, Pennsylvania, but I wanted to go out to other places. And can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Loud
good.
and clear.
I'm scared now. But I mean, I wanted to go other places to actually have a resume of going in different states. Like these guys don't want to, even when I trained, I had to drive 2.5 hours to Bridgeville, Pennsylvania and sleep in my car, back in the day. Like, and I had to, sign my life away with Sal Conte. That son of a bitch. But,
wait, Bubba, you got history with Sal Conte?
Oh, I got history with Sal Conte. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, brother,
yeah.
Brother, we need to talk.
Oh,
I saw Sal driving a truck one day.
I went to his house. And knocked on his door. That's
One-
the. Oh
one
yeah.
one of our fellow councilmen lives right around the corner from Sal Conti.
Oh, he's a piece of garbage. Sorry, I'm just saying the way it is. But I mean, get back to what I'm saying. These guys got to go out. You know, everybody that's on this panel right now traveled further than they did. They just didn't wrestle in their local fed all the time. Okay, they went out and traveled and did the miles and did what they had to do and try to get bookings. These guys need to go get different bookings in other places to get, you know, better. And then when they come back to their home fed, they're greater because they got more experience. But now they don't even want to leave their house 5 minutes from the house. I'd rather wrestle 5 minutes down the house. I don't want to travel 6 hours or 7 hours, and you know, they don't want to do that.
I was talking to a minor league baseball player a few weeks ago at an event, and he was talking about how cool it was that pro wrestling took place on this particular baseball field. And afterwards, he's like talking about how, like, you know, what's your off season? He's like, because I got 5 months of downtime. I said, dude, we have no off season. He's like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, are you packing up and going to another town? I said, some of us are, yes. Some of us aren't. I says, I could tell you, like, in the height of my day, I did, and I've kept track of all of my notes, all of the shows I've ever worked, all the matches I've been a part of. I worked 72 weekends in a row where I did at least a double shot. That's 72 weekends in a row.
Nice.
That's a long stretch of, you know, working full time and then going on the road on the weekends. So, you know, we paid our dues, and that's a big issue right now, is that guys aren't paying their dues. They're not sacrificing by making these long drives to get their names out there. I mean, some are, yes, I'll give them the credit that they're hustling and they're grinding, but there's some that they need that extra push to get motivated to go work in front of a new audience and try something different. You got to be adventurous.
Well, coming up shortly, we just had that last week. We had two top contenders at Fight Underground make that 7.5-hour journey down to the Carolinas.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You know, they got to showcase their talent in front of a new crowd. And I'm with you, Bubba. You got to get yourself out there. You got to promote yourself. And you got to take – hey, look, as long – in this day and age, you should be able to afford a tank of gas to at least get that far to go do what you love to do.
At this day and age, being a professional wrestler, you should promote yourself all day long, every day. You should tell people, hey, I'm a pro wrestler. If they come up to you, hey, I'm going to be here at this show. You're a walking billboard. I mean, that's how I did it, and that's how I'm going to – when they bury me, it's going to be the same thing.
Well, Tad Jarvis does it to you every day, and then you complain the whole show.
Yeah, wait till – yeah. And I'm sure he's posting stuff right now. Hey, Jarvis, when you can give the promoter $3,000 ticket money, brother, then come talk to me. Till then, get behind me.
Well,
yeah. See, I've been mad since I got bumped off and all this stuff, the sound effects and the tech, it just messed up my whole game tonight. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I've never been like this the whole time I've been doing Fight Underground. And tonight, with the tech stuff, it's just ridiculous.
Well, I guess maybe it's the jinx, the curse, the boomer curse. And,
all right, Justin. I'm going to blame Justin.
But we're going to wrap it up this week. I want to thank you, Bubba. I want to thank you, Cato. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, RPW. A quick reminder, this Friday at 10 o'clock, it is the Indie Mayhem Show featuring Quinn Magnum. He is going to talk about NWA wrestling and the wrestling history and how Fight Underground came to be. And so be sure to check that out this Friday, indiewrestling.us. So for all of us council members here, Cato, you look like I'm looking to sleep.
No, I'm just disappointed, man. I wanted to be way more controversial. I didn't get to
I'm going to be caught.
You're
Hello?
all wondering what the hell
Do you hear this?
You see? I
What the-
inject
It's
poison
Dylan.
into everything.
What? You're
That's
serious?
Dylan.
You're
How
kidding.
about
Wait,
a
hold
big
on.
round of applause for Agnes and Gertie's. They still around, just like me. Quinn Magnum, Paul Atlas. You guys brought me in. Why? Why did you bring me in? For what reason? I couldn't figure it out. But now I know. Now I see. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You wanted me. And now you got me. So, Fight Underground, I only have one thing to say. Well, to be technically clear, I have a couple things I'm gonna say, but that's not gonna happen today. View next week. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, F you. Oh.
Messed up the whole show. In and out, doing shit. He shut off my freaking camera. That son of a bitch.
I'm glad
I'm
he did
pissed.
it to you and
I'm
not
pissed.
me.
Right?
Who did?
Unreal. Oh, wait till you meet him, Kato.
Oh, Dylan's a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah, he's such a sweetheart.
Oh, wow. Big news. Dylan
It is.
dropping a message here.
Man.
I've got to admit.
Unreal. I thought it was Justin. I'm sorry, Justin. I was blaming you.
Actually, it was Tad Zorvis.
Him too. I'm gonna blame all three of them.
All right. Until next week, this is the Honorable Fight Counselor. Fists up, throw down.